Good morning. And this is a message I've never seen before. Deep within this strange place, we've uncovered what must be a treasure of the gods. I think I've seen it before, but I've never seen it at the start of an embark. So I thought that this one might be worth sharing, and let's take a look. We checked that stone for heat. What devilry is this? All right, we will find out. First, we've reclaimed a fort. This fort was 400 years old before some humans came by and took it over. So maybe we'll find some of those humans here. And what do we have statue-wise? Statue of a dwarf. Oh no, first copper. And maybe we can take a look at first copper and legends in a little bit. Another statue of a dwarf Enod. Tomb clearings. Okay. Dwarf and a dwarf, and it looks like these are going to be all statues of the dwarves that lived here before. He looks like a dwarf. Regoth. A lot of statues of this Regoth and Enod person. Just scrolling down the layers. This is an interesting thing. A well. Let's go ahead and designate that as our water supply. But what a nice feature, and the floor is nicely engraved. Okay, and some sort of artifact. A parchment scroll. And a copper battle axe. A masterwork copper battle axe. With some interesting artwork on it of, I guess, the administrator, the human administrator of the fort after it was taken over. So maybe we'll just leave that where it was. And we'll zoom out. Scroll down a little bit more. Here's an altar. And the statue by the altar is of Zephron. And it's a statue of one of the dwarves from way back who had an interesting position. So just part of these dwarves' history. Here's a ancient dwarf road. So I imagine off the map this would go to Dwarf Hillocks or something like that. But we are after this strange, magical thing we found, but I don't see it anywhere. What is it? It's supposed to be a column of jewels. We will tunnel into the old fort and reclaim it. And they have a very nice fort, so we don't have to do anything. And the dwarves who settled here are just going to be fantastically wealthy. Let us see if we can fast travel to where this... Okay, here is this divine, magical... Well, it's fire. What happens if we run it? And let's just go ahead and tunnel out a little base for our dwarves here. And they can find it. Let's see who has that job and if we can just follow them. There we go. It's boring, is what we name the dwarf. They disdain romance. They're leisurely, strong. Boring disdains perseverance. They're incurious and have good spatial sense. So they know what's around them. They don't much care to check it out, and they really don't do much. They'd rather just sit somewhere. So we will follow him. And there was that jeweled column that we were looking for. But right down here, we had some very interesting things happen that we should check out. Here are some more dwarves coming in. They are coming up from this stairwell. Let's see if we have enough material to go ahead and block this off. Not really. So a little bit risky, as these dwarves are going into what should be a safe. Some humans came by, attacked the dwarves that were living here, and they seem to have all just died out. I imagine they left their equipment right where it fell. While the dwarves are digging out their room, let's look at this black metal mace of highest quality. It just doesn't have a forbidden symbol on it. They'll go ahead and say that the dwarves can go through that door, but it'll feel safer when we can block up large areas so that nothing's going to come in or out and be surprising to us. So let's go ahead and just build some walls right there, right there, right there, and right there. And we'll claim these areas. This one we don't want to claim that door. These are all ours now. And is he picking that up, or is he hitting the wall? We're going to go ahead and let whoever became our expedition leader pick up that black mace. So we will go into our nobles and administrators and click on the special equipment for Happy, our leader. And they're first thing on the list, so it's got to be special. There can't possibly have anything go wrong with picking up some strange magical mace we found in a dungeon. We'll have the dwarves smooth this out, and we will take over this room right here for our craft area. And we don't need all these varieties. We'll need a stone workshop, which we'll put right there. And perhaps make the rest of this actually, make the rest of the room a stone stockpile. won't tear that up until we say it's okay. We will leave one of these advanced forges that we can't build yet, I think. And the smart thing to do is to take all those anvils and go sell them. So let us go all the way up. Well, let's see. At what level? 39. Here is the level of the road. Let's clear out our road a little bit. That certainly won't cause a collapse. Explore this area a little bit more. So far everybody's happy. We are securing and barricading out parts of the fortress that we're not going to go to. This room is all sealed. This is all ours. This is all ours. What are these statues? Because if we examine the statues and the art in these reclaimed forts, it'll reveal a nice history of the place for us. This is just some dwarves. Dwarves, a statue of an elk, a statue of a forgotten beast, and a statue of a marmot. Let's look at this statue of the forgotten beast. Oh. It's just a statue of the forgotten beasts, each of which is unique and different. And let's check our other creature tabs, and we see we have an undead eagle and 2 hostiles. We have a barren consort and something called a sacred luxury that is living down here with us. And what is that? A fire snake. This would be a great place for a walk. And clear out some space for us. Here's that hostile, but probably more or less hostile than the fire snake. Let's check on our expedition leader's inventory real quick. There we go. They have the Sibrixgeshund. It sounds very German. And so we got that now. We have probably the most special cursed weapon that we're going to find. And we are quickly blocking things up. Checking out the hostile person in our help. In our fort. So we'll go to the help tab. Look at their description. They're a short, sturdy creature fond of drink and industry. Very weak to tire. Her very long hair is arranged in double braids. And I'm wondering if it's vampires. Let's take a look.
In the depths of ancient stone dwarfs claim their birthright true, forging blades and precious gems beneath the mountain's hue. Carved our halls from living rock, our legacies we span. With axes sharp and hearts of fire, our kin forever stand. Once we fought the elder,
I took this world, this particular Worldgen, which is modded. It's got my 3 favorite mods: living gods, interesting giants, and things like that. and ran it out to 7,000 years, and chose the year 555 as being the most interesting. It's the last fort that is reclaimable, so I like reclaiming forts, so I ended the timeline after the last one of those. But we wanted to go look in Legends. Bear with me. It's the same history. We're just missing 300 years of it, but we're going to look for Feb, and we're going to try to look up this sacred luxury and see if we can find any of these vampires in Legends. One thing I wanted to do with this Worldgen is get into some different ages. So we started with only 3 or 4 Titans. And I think it's 2 Brush Titans and a Forest Titan. And in the year 555, there's only one of those. And we've entered the Age of Twilight. So I hadn't seen that yet. Or played around in a Worldgen with that age. So we go from the powers, the 3 powers in the world, to the Age of Twilight, and it kind of doesn't go out of that. And like I said, not much happens in the world after the year 555. And let's just see. Let's look for those Titans first. They should be after the Forgotten Beasts. I'm not sure what creates Forgotten Beasts, but there's always a lot of them. Fire Snake Deity. Zephron sounds like a name that we saw, but I thought that was a human's name. I think if we look up vampire, we'll get nothing. But what about Feb?
Now the time has come to light. With the dawn of darker skies, free people see then realize.
Feb Noble Class? Was that who it was? How does it go down? Okay, in the year 111, the dwarf necromancer Aesop, Jump Gold, corrupted Feb in order to have an agent. Somebody lured Feb into a meeting, and Feb became somehow involved up with a necromancer. But we're looking for vampires. I wish I could remember the name of that artifact that we gave to one of the dwarves. Forgotten Beast. Lots and lots of Forgotten Beasts. Here we have our dwarven gods. I don't know how to make the special characters anymore, so they're not as easy to search for. The human gods, male humans. Who's the oldest? No. Oh. There's only one type of regional interaction in the world. There's only one type of evil rain, only one type of evil cloud. I don't like nightmares and boogeymen because of early Dwarf Frotress when you couldn't go out at night. But let's see, what is Mithama, the Force? Said to permeate the forest of pondering. The mint is associated with rivers and nature, that makes sense. And it looks like through the years it is glorified. Okay. The mint is a force. We got some elves, some dwarven. Oh, most of the elves are still alive. But it's not been that long. Oh, and another force, Ola. The Forest of Truth is, and it's another nature force. Okay. So maybe that's an elf thing. Human gods, dwarf gods, more dwarves, more. Male sun gods. A world with very few monsters, just 3 mega beasts and 3 semi-mega beasts, so they are not jumping out at me in Legends. Okay, more gods, more goddesses, some kobolds. Okay. I think these are all creatures created at the beginning of time. That's a very long name, but they're not around, so I want to get down to where there are no. There we go. Things born very early, which should include all of the big monsters. A male and a male dingo. Male wolf. Okay. So we got some female hungry head. Let's clear out some of our tabs and go and explore what a hungry head is. Well, whatever it was did not live long. Just 8 years. Kobold. Sorcerer, necromancer, goddesses. It's a good idea to take some notes beforehand. Ooh, the violent human god. The fabulous empires of leading. Okay, I wonder how long they stuck around. Are they still around in our era? No. Slightly different than what I was going for. A beautiful, happy place, but this isn't quite it. And I think what would be more interesting is to let's go into our
the whispers begin. Dark forces rise, a siren takes them in. With armor cracked and faces
who's this guy? And let's just check out what the year 19 is like in our horrible desert. The early years are the best ones. And it is so nice when you find a a seed and theme for a world that you like. It's always a different type of demon that is created that takes over one of the civilizations. So we will. I think in the in the main history, it's an osp, a devil osp. And here we go. We have a much more interesting array of monsters in the horrible desert, especially the rocks. Those mountains to the north are full of rock caves. And I think it's just fun to go and look and see who's the first dwarf and what were their adventures like, because it's very much the Durin of their world. Forgotten beasts, forgotten beasts, forgotten beasts. Let's see if we can find the evil rain, which is very gross in this particular world. And in fact, it's so gross, I'm very tempted to rerun it so that has a different evil rain. But I love the mountain pass, and I like the interaction between the dwarves and the goblins and the humans there. A lot of forgotten things, just scrolling through all of, there's our titans, desert, mountain, hill. This world, our horrible desert, never left the Age of Myth, because there are just so many monsters. I wanted to see what would happen with 100 titans, so it's not as interesting as I thought, but then I haven't really explored the barbarian of the tundra. So somewhere in the steppes of Lateran, we have a very interesting titan. Titans of the gods, and human god, human goddess. The world's almost too big for me, but ooh, a deer monster. Carilla, the messianic halls of webbing, was a deer monster. One of the only ones of their kind, a great noseless deer twisted into human form. It has a gaunt appearance. Its slate gray hair is long and shaggy. It spits webs. Carilla was associated with rebirth, order, laws, discipline, death, and blight. Settled in beguiled scorpions. And became the leader of the Ghoul of Theater. And the Ghoul of Theater beguiled scorpions. And it looks like they didn't do anything. Oh, well, that's right, because we're just looking at a 19-year-old world. So we have this interesting deer monster taking over one of the forts. And if we go into fortress mode, we can see it is such a nicer, more pleasant place, because the goblins and the necromancers haven't shown up yet. So this is the perfect fairy tale setting for our world, but none of the civilizations have fallen yet. I believe that the main fortress here falls in the year 60, and this one around 120. And usually we will see some dwarves settle up here sometimes. and going back to the golden age of our dwarves in this horrible desert. Last time we collapsed the roof because our plan is to dig out a nice kind of ruined Lord of the Ringsy looking ruined area, and really want to embrace the idea of there's no railings and it's unpleasant. Here's the old horde, the first horde that we encountered, and so far it's been a couple of years and we haven't cleared it out yet, but we're making some more storage space so that once we clear out the storeroom, the plan is to turn that into our throne room, or at least a really nice meeting area for the dwarves. So one layer above it, we've already dug some channels into the lake. It took a few hours to find water, and then we found it accidentally by tunneling upwards into this lake, doing a reload of a previous save and coming back and exploiting it. So here is our first guild. This is the Farmers Guild. We don't have much in the way of farming, but we have 2, 3 medium-sized plots. Let's try to get a little bit of diversity in what we are planting. But so far, we're managing to stay just above. And we should be producing what we need. Let's see. Now, a couple levels down from our farm plot is this old dwarf area that we have taken over. This is going to be our throne room. And I still feel so bad that I did not color coordinate the 4 levers to the 4 floodgates. And the idea is that we're going to have a waterfall in our throne room. And that our throne room is going to be really tall, just because I like that. And so the idea is that we're going to have It's like a dream I can't explain, but I saw Tom 2 sets of waterfalls. We'll have some waterfalls, and it's just going to be a nice, pleasant place. We still have to build a bunch of that. I met Tom in his coat of blue. Got to dig a channel here, dig a channel here, and then make sure that that gets funneled right down there with the rest of the waterfall stuff. Was dancing near the water's edge, a laughter like a chime, a whisper in the hedge. Tom told tales of the times long gone, when alone with a story hard to hold on. They say I've lost my mind. Make this a little bit bigger so that we can turn some of these into columns that we can nicely decorate. And for some reason, this is just a very popular site. We are constantly getting petitions for people to move in to hunt monsters. We're in a location where there are just a lot of troglodytes, I guess. But 3 more people want to come move, and that's why we have a high population, but we're a village. We just upgraded from a hamlet. Smooth this whole area out. This is the bottom of our throne room. Yes. And we are at level 28.
In a tavern dim lit, the ale's flowing free, where the dwarves gather around in drunken revelry. With a plank of the mobs and a cheer from Big Buddy, we sip and we laugh over birds left in the street. Tales of the old mines and treasures told honey. The fires burning bright as we gather for one more spree. Into the abyss down the half-forbidden light. The shadows kiss and madness intertwine. Sing up the darkness, call it out one more time. For the night show, let's drown in dwarven wine. Beneath mountain roots where the tales speak fear, a chasm so deep the ribs will see it clear. And here we all stand, torn never to disappear, leading towards the edge with a grin and a cheer. We're in the Steins glow, we dance without a care, with the echoes of our laughter rolling it into the beer. Into the abyss down the half-forbidden light. The shadows kiss and madness intertwine. Sing up the darkness, call it out one more time. For the night show, let's drown in dwarven wine.
Just in case we need it.
We should take it high, feel a rumble roar. Oh, under earth and sky we sing and deplore. Courage to peak where legends implore. Just for horror, for the spirit we adore. Into the abyss down the half-forbidden light. The shadows kiss and madness intertwine. Sing out the darkness, call it out one more time. For the night show, let's drown in dwarven wine.
Now, here are our original dwarves. So these people who are just starving to death aren't our original ones, but we're having some issues there. I went ahead and put all the background music on YouTube separately. So if anyone likes it, they can just go look at that. And I'm gonna leave you guys there for a bit.
Buried in the earth's heart, ein Bündnis mit der Tiefe, jeder Teil nimmt teil und Part. Die Melodie von Hammerstein, Echo an Cavern Walls, mit jedem Geben, der fundet, für die Seele Glück in Holz. Begraben mit Lust und Liebe, jeder Edelstein ein kleiner Dream. Als Edelsteine leuchten wie Sterne in der Nacht. Hat unsere Hände full of strength und rough gemacht. Schöne kleine Edelsteine, gefällt es ihr hier wohl. Trotz der rauen Hände wie das Herz eines Tod. Die Steine, sie singen, gestimmt von alter reiner Art. Die Melodien klingen sweet. Auf every part ein Reich unter Erde, wo Schönheit ist voll, wo wir alle zusammen, wir all become whole. Unsere Edelsteine leuchten wie Sterne in der Nacht. Hat unsere Hände full of strength und rough gemacht. Schöne kleine Edelsteine, gefällt es dir hier wohl. Trotz der rauen Hände wie das Herz eines Todes.
When the angels and their little heads on the mighty people accept is this dimension. Vormen finns rough and worn from toil, the honey jikiri in there. She gets up, yet they want treasures. We take a touch, no first need to be just any beers, no kanya, angels and their heads. Suddenly, like a spirit, like she knows the ways.
Guard you shine. Spyboard, das Krieg, das Ideal. Cucina, Borscht, no lie. You do what you did not, cause that might be giant. Never said a reason that.
Beatles in the hill. Czemu mnie płakać, czekać, to jest Diamond sparkle under Earth's embrace. I must have guys 3 P's in the glory. Rough and rugged, yet filled with grace. Groovy, need of menos, grazie, grazie. Rhyming free, we find out price. Push this if you suck, man, I call you the Diamond sparkle under Earth's embrace. I must have guys 3 P's in the glory. Shine.
Slide door dust, we great as you guys. Pushing the doors, and not a line. We should prove what you may not have that, but we're talking good stuff. Without concern.
Beatles in the hill. Czemu mnie płakać, czekać, to jest
with so resigned, sorry, we was always on. Dwarf i na wpisie jest zaproszeń wynałem. Jakby swoja w naszych ciemniach, to władł in chłon, snad posta. Heart you shine. Despite all that we can't, that's a guy pushing the doors and I'm after talk that there's me, I'm gonna piss that up.
Despite all that we can't, that's God pushing the boards and sitting on that line. And you put your book up, and not to die. Did you? Your hands. From the shy I walked alone, where the gardens once grown, that the fire burns on. It takes me so far from home. I am sound, I don't want to be here, but I fight without fear. I am sound, I stand tall, loose the chains, break the wall. Every step I take with you, loyal heart, see us through. Was a gardener's son with dreams, bound by a fate unforeseen. Yet the bonds of friendship shine and light the path the whole time. I am sound, I don't want to be here, but I fight without fear. I am Sam, I stand tall, loose the chains, break the wall. Every step I take with you, loyal heart, see us through. Through the darkness we will rise, with the strength of simple lives. From the Shire, hand in hand, together we will stand. I am Sam, I stand tall, loose the chains, break the wall. Every step I take with you, loyal heart, see us through.
I am Sam, I don't want to be here. I watch the sun set beyond the Shire. Where's my heart? It's lost in tales and weary paths, yet I march on with hope in hand. You're in my soul like morning dew. Your voice is sweet, yet it haunts me. I've walked this path 1,000 times, dear, because your love, it sets me free. In the quiet I hear the whispers, a life I left behind, simple world untouched by sorrow. Oh, my friend, your face is etched in every line of the journey we must follow. You're in my soul like morning dew. Your voice is sweet, yet it haunts me. I'd walk this path 1,000 times, dear, because your love, it sets me free. Across plains and through the dark, your light is what guides my way. In the silence, in the heart of night, it's your hand that makes me stay. You're in my soul like morning dew. Your voice is sweet, yet it haunts me. I'd walk this path 1,000 times, dear, because your love, it sets me free.
Chosen little hands, в грязных маленьких кулаках. Dormant fingers, rough and worn from toil, yet they hold treasures with a tender touch. In the caverns deep where shadows dare, the echo of our hammers sings a mighty song. Our jewels shine despite our dusty greed. Or in the force as good as not alive. Three little jewels in their little hands. Yeah, jewels shine despite our dusty greed. Down the mountains trail us our paths are cars. With every step our bondage ever strong. Through a darkest storm we find the light. With pickaxe in hand we claim our prize. Priest, with voices raised in chorus we rejoice. For what we find is worth just waiting in store. Our jewels shine despite our dusty greed. Or in the force as good is not alive. Three little jewels in dirty little hands. Our jewels shine despite our dusty greed. From the heart of the earth we gather our wealth.
Сердце земли забираются богатства.
Each gleaming gem we strengthen ourselves.
Хожу сверкающим следом, укрепляю себя.
Farewell to golden light as the dawn breaks here. You stand so far away, time whispers it feels near. Samwise, loyal and true, feels the weight of goodbye. Each wave pulls in his heart, a silent tear in his eye. Into the dying lands, a journey will not part. With every beat of love, you forever in my heart. shadows through the bay we've crossed. In the depths of Moria and heights of Gondor's nights, together we were strong. Now the day is the night. Into the dying land, a day will not pause. With every beat of love, you forever in my heart. Though the waves may beckon and the winds will sing, our bond remains unbroken through every sorrow sting. Into the dying lands, a chain will not part. With every beat of love, you forever in my heart.
Down in the tunnel's core we're climbing, through the caverns deep and bold, where the shadows keep their hiding. In the tales of old we're told, every scratch against stone a story, every nook with treasures untold. Hooray, hooray, dirt and rock, our kingdom. Hooray, hooray, and lovely little gems. With our hammers and our laughter, echoes ring from wall to wall. Set the sparks and light the chamber, as we chip away, stand tall. Down in here we find our wonders, even if the ceiling falls. Hooray, hooray, dirt and rock, our kingdom. Hooray, hooray, and lovely little gems. The secret shining, with each chisel stroke delight. Down the path the stones aligning, leading to the morning's light. Hooray, hooray, dirt and rock, our kingdom. Hooray, hooray, the lovely little gems.
So deep and cold, where tales of dirt and rocks unfold. We go down to see the sparkling stones. Underneath the earth we stray, in search of gems that light our way. The dead hours in our hands, they find their home. Dirt and rock and lovely little gems in the caverns where our voices hum, our hearts ignite to the song of mountain bays. With our hammers and our toil, we dig through layers of precious soil to uncover what the earth has let us do. From deep shadows light does lean, reflecting dreams we'll always dream. They forever guide us through the darkened hue. Dirt and rock and lovely little gems in the caverns where our voices hum, our hearts ignite to the song of mountain bays. secrets in the night. We find the treasures out of sight. Oh, they sing in the earth's eternal dance. Dirt and rock and lovely little gems in the caverns where our voices hum, our hearts ignite to the song of mountain maze.
No sun to blind, no wind to bite. Just endless dark and torturous night. The walls are closed, the ceiling's low. That's how we like it down below. With fungus stew and rats to chase, and echoes singing through the place. No king, no rules, just bang and grin. 1,000 tunnels thick with tin. We march in mud, we Friday drive. We bite the bowl and drink the slime. No sun we seek, no stars we dream. The dark is deep and we are free. No Lord commands us long or loud. We break our chains, we wear those shrouds. We forge in fire, our faith is cast. Steel and spite shall ever last. We sleep on stone, we dine on tread. A broken hell becomes our bed. No one eats bread, no milk for me. It's blood and ash and misery. The perks are these, to howl and kill. The hunt by night to take our fill. Dusty eye and sharpened blade. We reap the spoils that war has made. You crumble and dig in your soul-tight halls. Are blind to the shadow that the blackens and smalls. You tread it, you're drinking your gold and your pride. But the dark lord stirs and nowhere to hide. You've no idea what song's drawn near. When it's done, you'll drown in fear. Raise your bar and stamp the ground. Where all feet fall and none be found. Yeah, hey, yeah, hurry, hey. Yeah, hey. Ogres and men with tender skins. They wince and wounds and fear their sins. Where orcs are strong, where weak hearts fall. We eat the fear, we feel it all. This team birds, they fight their trees. Their feathers were fanned in a fiery breeze. But funny little birds, they had no wings. But what shall we do with the funny little things? Roast them alive or stew them in a pot. Fry them, boil them and eat them hot. Burn, burn, tree and fern. Keep them bring it back, eat them bring it back.
Burn, burn, tree and fern. Scribble and scorch, a fizzle and torch. To light the night, for our delight. They'll wait, they'll delight. They'll wait, they'll wait.
Stand in bark and tear stones and feel the rising. The boat that tried to pull, laden wind. 3 teachers lie. yeah, beneath the sky. So dwarves shall die and light the night for our delight, yeah. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
And I think that's a good place to leave it. We have a moody dwarf. So we had a moody dwarf who was having difficulty finding his workshop that he needed. So we just built all the workshops. Our moody dwarf has claimed one, and we're going to pause here and see what he does with it.